So we all know that that is tar on Kenneka's nail, not a garbage bag. We know that there's tar on her nail, which brings me here to this stuff, this material that they use in different areas of the kitchen or whatever, polyurethane foam. And we also have that, like where I work, I see that stuff plastered in the corners of the walk-in freezer at my job. So I'm like, that's the same thing that's in this picture, and I noticed tar is stuck on it. The same tar that's on her nails. So I'm like, I went to this part, like this is the outside part of the kitchen, the loading area, the dock or whatever. And you can tell that there's a lot of, you could just tell that there's a lot of activity going on outside right there, like construction workers or, you know, a crew of people doing something around that area. And then it brought me to here, outside, on top of the building. And what's usually placed on top of a building? If somebody's out there working on top of a building, they're laying tar. And I see this done over the weekend, over by a place where I work on the weekend. And sometimes it's not even daylight yet, and those guys are out there working. I don't know what it is about the people who lay tar. I usually see them doing it early, like as early as 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes I'm heading in to work, and these guys are on top of a building, and you can smell it, so you already know what they're doing. You can smell it, and you can see the smoke. So they're laying that hot tar down, and that's probably what they're doing on here. They was laying tar, and you can just see, you know, you can just imagine the smell from that all throughout that building. That part of the kitchen. And then there's that cup again when she was heading back there, which just makes me think somebody was already back there. Somebody was already back there. There's probably another little office area around there that we can't see. Or either they had cleared it all out. That's just a dead end part of this case so far. We just can't crack that part. If we only knew what really happened, you know, in that part. And I don't see how the FBI don't want to just, you know, forcefully involve themselves in this and reopen the case. Because there's no statute of limitations on murder. And clearly she was murdered. You can't see her looking like this, walking back there, roaming into the area, falling asleep. When the picture of her, the final photo of her once she was found, it just looked like it had been a struggle, or, you know, somebody violated her, beat her up. She had little splatters of blood on her lip. Her lip was bust. Her tooth was missing. We know this. We know this. A child can see that. A little child can see that that child had been violated. And this stuff is tar on there. So they had been working around that building. Somebody seen her in that back area. Had to be. Because I'm pretty sure they working back there all around the clock. Because they got their coffee cup back there. They got their pillows to rest their head. I mean, I don't think it would be the cooks doing it. Because the cooks have on the clean white coats. And they not even probably on that part of the kitchen. It's so many different kitchens or freezers and all that. Like they say back there, you can see the dust all in there. You can see the dust all on the line in the counter. You can see the dust just from this picture. So that place was unoccupied. Only the people who was working on top of their building and doing different work in there, electrical work, construction, whatever. You even seen on the outside like a broke down warmer on 3 wheels. I pay attention to all that. And then I went back and I listened again to the audio of the police when he said, I found that subject, she's frozen solid. How would the tar be on her nail if she went in there and the freezer was already on? See, that's something that they should have looked at. They should have even looked at, see that opening in that ceiling. You know, like take fingerprints and just pay attention to all that footprint and all that on the ground, on the floor up in there. With all that dust, probably sawdust all on the floor. And here you can see somebody came in there and mopped it up. But it's still all dusty all over in that area of the kitchen. So they just came in there and did a quick little wipe through, just trying to wipe up after they had removed their body. From in this eerie looking place, it just looks so creepy and disgusting. I mean, but it was an area that nobody, they wasn't even using that area. And that's that stuff, and that stuff has that tar on it. But if that freezer was not on, when they put her in there, that's the only way that tar would got, that's the only way the tar could get stuck on her nail. Even with her dead weight laying down on it, that's the only way. Because if the freezer was already on and the tar was in there and then the tar was frozen, it's not going to be, I just don't see it being stuck on her nail after the fact, after they threw her in there. So they put her in there. Either she was already deceased when they put her in there, or they killed her while she was back there. Because she was killed. She did not just wandered off until they got lost, got locked in there and fell asleep and woke up looking like that. No. No, ma'am. No, sir. So, yeah, that's all I had. That's all I have for now. It's just strange. Very, very strange.